According to Albert Einstein, we cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. My name is Corinna Stoffel, and I'm the host of Toward a New World. The world seems to be falling apart. Are you as frustrated as I am with the talk about how to fix things or what needs to change, yet nothing changes? In the episodes, I invite people to look from different perspectives, sometimes even contrary to the current points of view. My intention is to evoke a different level of consciousness by empowering listeners to explore what is true for them and begin to live their lives from that place, thus changing their lives and through it, the world. If this appeals to you, I ask you to subscribe to the podcast on this channel.
Hello and welcome. Here we are again. I'm planning to do a 3-part series on elderhood. I'm looking at elderhood through 3 lenses. One is our connection to spirit, or a higher power, or the soul. Another is our personal growth. And the third one is our connection to society, community, in whichever size circle we would like to operate in. So today I'm focusing on the connection to a higher power, to the soul. And that connection tends to give us a deeper sense of who we are. It definitely did give me a deeper sense beyond the usual data point collection. I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm uh, a coach, I'm this, that, and the other. And yes, it describes what I do, but what does it have to do with who I am? And does what I do give me stability and purpose? From my life experience, I have to say no, it does not. And actually, having no purpose in a way during COVID, that was a difficult time for me. After COVID, in a course, I went to find out the energetic description of who I am. And that finding that changed a lot for me. So I'm sharing it with you so you have a sense of what I mean with energetic description of who I am, because that's a pretty nebulous term, should I say. I'm the water that nourishes the ability to see beyond the current world to a beautifully connected world, and that washes away anything that stands in the way. For me, that energetic description, in a way, also contained a purpose. And I have to say, having that purpose and then starting to fine tune that really lit a fire under my butt. I started to focus on my knowledge about transitions, but then even narrow that down, that we don't have elders in our Western culture anymore. Somehow, looking back, reading, um, what I get is we lost elders in the Industrial Revolution when retirement started to crop up, because before there wasn't really retirement. I mean, if you were on a farm, you would work as long as your body would allow you to work the farm to help your children or the family that was taking over the farm. So that was a continued purpose. But with the retirement, as a sudden, older people were put out to pasture. There was no purpose for them anymore. And how much depression did that cause? Or how much did they try to find ways to manage time to be useful, to do something? And we've worked all our life, now can do what we desire to do, is what my parents talked about. And yeah, they did some travel, some hiking, vacationing. But for me, that's not enough of a purpose. So, what can we do as an elder that has a deep connection to spirit? I am able to envision what is possible. I can look at where might we need to go as humanity. What is required? What is calling for a change? And those don't come, those ideas, those visions come through contemplation, but they come not based on how can I get rich? How can I make money? How can I control the rest of my life? They come from a different space, from a heart space. They come from a relaxed space that, yeah, I know eventually I am going to die. What do I need to do to die well? Like, I'm already looking and talking with my kids and saying, do you want this, that, or the other? Because I don't want to do to them what my parents did to my siblings and me. Leave everything and you figure out. And it was painful for me to leave things that I knew I didn't have the space. Yeah, I could ship them, but I didn't have the space here to store them. And in a way, it hurt to have to let go of that. What if you can have the conversation? What serves, what doesn't serve? What would you like to keep? How can we make that happen? And it comes from a heart space. It comes from a space of love. Love that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with romantic love. It doesn't even have anything to do with unconditional love, which for me is a misnomer. How come love has conditions? How do I need to talk about unconditional love? If I'm coming from the heart, my love has no agenda. It is pure and simple. And it is something that I can learn about through my connection to a higher power. Uh, and one thing I really like and I have started to practice is to ask, I don't think, if I'd be honest if I say daily, but I try to do it daily. To check in with my soul and ask, what would you have me do today? What would you have me know today? And then shut up and listen. Be quiet. Be present with what is. For me, also, in a way, a connection to a higher power is even to be in nature, watch animals. I love to observe animals. And I have to say, I've learned a lot by observing animals. I often, if I'm stumped by something, I wonder, how does nature deal with that? And I watch and I observe and I learn, because nature is not trying to please anybody. Nature is just present with what is. And the only agenda that nature, from my perspective, has is to protect life, to make sure that life continues. There is no other agenda. Nature does what is necessary to do. And there are different ways of looking at what nature does, and I may get into them or not this time. I may do it in a separate way. But I just really wanted to start out talking about what is part of being an elder. An elder has that deep connection with a higher power, with his or her soul. And as a result of that deep connection, that fear of dying, at least for me, is gone. Death is going to be part of my life. And death, I look at death as moving from one room into another. I'm here in this world, and then I'm in a different world. I don't know what to call that different world. And in all honesty, it doesn't matter to me. But life continues. Energy doesn't get destroyed. The energy of who I am will continue on and on and on, and has always been. So, did I evoke some different thoughts? Contemplate it and see what where you want to go. And I am playing with figuring out how to do online workshops to see how to present that more in depth. So take care, and I will see you next week again.